Everybody. It is another Keeping It Real podcast. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Luke Vaughn, and I am very excited. It is Friday, 10 a.m. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Dude, that used to always get me when I was a little kid. My mom was watching the news. It's like ABC News. It's like, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I'm like, damn, son. Like, what if my mom didn't know where I was right now? What's going on, everybody? It is another podcast. I just want to say right off the bat, second microphone came in. We're looking to buy another chair. And the interview podcast, the Keeping It Real podcast is definitely like I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been trying to tell the people that we're going to have some guests on. We're going to have some fun. I guess you could consider maybe like interview-ish type of conversations. And gonna be having guests on, gonna see what they're made of. I'm right off the bat, I got a few guests. I have somebody that's in a band, and I think they're dropping an album, like a little mixtape, and I'm grew up with him, so I'm gonna have him on, talk about whatever he's doing. I got a couple people that I know that do some fitness things, got their own little fitness page, and explore their mind, pick their minds, what they're doing with the fitness aspect. Maybe if they're trying to get into a competition, let's talk about the competition. But I got a few people in mind that I want to have on, and if you guys are trying to get onto the podcast and maybe talk to your boy, shoot me a DM. Link to my Instagram is in the description. The link to my Instagram for this podcast is in the description. Check out the podcast on Instagram. You can shoot me a DM, see what we're made of. Right now, I think, dude, we were at almost 100 and something followers, and then my Instagram page got hacked, dude. China hacked my Instagram page. I think it was China. I think it was the coronavirus. But man, I'm very excited to say the podcast right now, it's only 2 a week, and that's okay. But once I start interviewing people, like, it might not be on schedule like always, because I mean, if I'm trying to talk to somebody and they're only available on a Wednesday, then I'll podcast with them on Wednesday, post it on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And instead of like a little Saturday, like I've been doing, schedule-wise. But yeah, just going to be putting out a lot more content, a lot more podcasts, also a lot more vlogs. If you do not know, I have a personal vlog. I like to do running, fishing, camping, all these different adventurous type of things. And I'm trying to take my vlogs a little bit to the next level, trying to make them a little bit better, more fun to watch each and every time I record, I edit, I post, just trying to make it a little bit better. So link will be in the description to my personal vlog, to my personal YouTube, if you want to check that out. But yeah, man, Keeping It Real podcast. We are here. Another day, another dollar, as they like to say. Man, we got work today. We got work tonight. Picking up some more shifts, trying to get some more bread, trying to start saving some more money, put it in the bank account. But yeah, man, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling healthy, honestly, feeling pretty good. Like I said in my last podcast, I'm looking to train for an Ironman. I have yet to get a bicycle. I honestly have to. They say when you're getting like a triathlon bike or like a road bike or something that you're really going to ride like for like almost competition type of things, or like just like the long distance, the long road, you have to get sized for your bike. So you have to go on like a bike machine at like a special bike shop. And I mean, of course they charge you out the ass, like $250, $300. But you go on the machine, and it like measures your exact length of your legs with your like bend over torso, with your arm width, and how long the bike frame should be, because there's different brands of bikes. And each bike, like you could get a 45-inch, you get a 54-inch Cervelo, and that'll be completely different than a 54-inch Trek. So it's just like stuff like that. So I would have to go get sized for a bicycle, and then he would tell me all the brands and each size in the brand that would fit me specifically. And then, of course, I think he probably has some bikes at the shop that like, oh, well, I got the bike here and you could buy it here. So, I have to get, I got to pay money, and I have to get sized for a bicycle. So, but it's all right. I mean, I'd rather get a bicycle that fits me so I can ride it in a 50-mile half triathlon or 120-mile triathlon, whatever it may be. So I don't have to worry about, because if you get the wrong size, you truly might get like pretty injured. And also something that is kind of important that I have to do is because I'm trying to do either duathlons, triathlons, Ironmans, and stuff like that. So when you're on that bike, you're leaning over like this. This is like the posture that you're doing. This is like the triathlon posture, because that's the most aerodynamic posture, obviously. And you're really just going straight. When it's triathlon stuff, you're really just going straight there and straight back. You don't got to worry about like really riding like the Tour de France type of thing. But so it's almost like a time trial bike. It basically is a time trial bike. And this is what I was going to say. I was like, where am I going with this? But when you're in that position, leaned over the handlebars, you want to be using more of you want to get into the position where your body is using more of your glutes. Basically, you're using your ass muscles instead of your quads, because once you get off that bike, you're going to have to run either a marathon or half fucking marathon. And you're going to need your quads pretty fresh to be able to run, because your quads are going to put in a lot of work when you're running. So you want to get into the correct position where your body is predominantly using your glutes and your booty muscles. So yeah, that's just what I got to get. It is what it is. It is what it is. I got to bite the bullet. But at the same time, it's a process. It's a freaking process. And my groin has been giving me a little problems for the past month and a half now. I've been walking every day. I didn't walk for a while. I tried to like just rest it and go for small jogs and stuff, and it just wasn't. And then the other day I thought maybe I should just start walking on it and start walking farther and farther. And I feel like that's good. I feel like I'm doing something with that. I went on a bike ride yesterday too, so that was nice. But yeah, I've been walking on it, trying to just heal my groin, doing a little bit of groin stretches, a little bit of groin exercises, a little bit of strengthening. And yeah, it's a process, man. It's a process. But hopefully once we get it fully healed up, we don't even have to worry about it no more, because we're gonna take the right steps, the right precautionary steps to prevent injury and prevent these little tweaks and muscle, basically injuries, man. It's just these little injuries are so tedious and time consuming and energy consuming and just draining, man. Draining. I just want to be running. I just want to be running. I don't want to be doing all this rehab. Like, oh, dude, it's so ass, bro. It's so ass. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And just trying to take it in my own hand. Also, like I said, been honing in my diet a little bit, trying to get out all the I really haven't had any processed foods in about 3-4 days. Which, I mean, I haven't really had processed foods anyways, besides like I said, some protein bars, maybe some pizza once a week or something like that. But yeah, trying to keep it really natural, trying to keep it clean. I have like a whole entire little meal plan that I want to follow. Personally, I can say this, like, it's almost easier to not worry about food and like the taste of food. Like, it's low for me personally. Everybody's different. And food is just so good. Like, good food tastes so good. Like, you have like a nice chicken parm sandwich and the cheese is falling out and the sauce is on and the bread's all toasted and the chicken is all breaded and it's fucking good, man. It's good. You know what I'm saying? That shit tastes good. But I mean, like, if you're really trying to just focus on your diet and just be healthy and feel good, it's really about just feeling good. Because I mean, once you eat that stuff, you really just don't feel good, yo. Like, you really don't feel good. And then once you like kind of convince your mind, like, all right, every time I eat this stuff, I don't feel it. Even if like it doesn't really, even if it's like a placebo effect, which I truly believe is really powerful, because I mean, I'm living it firsthand. Like, once you finally learn, like, all right, this is what the food, like, scientifically does to my body. This is what it actually does. And I was like, once you kind of realize that, it's like, you can't really, how can I just look the other way? You know what I'm saying? And then you start learning about the GMOs and the pesticides and the whole entire industry. It's very interesting. It's very eye-opening. It's very empowering once you can get out of it a little bit, you know? I mean, even the vegetables that I eat every day are mainly from the supermarket, which is probably filled with pesticides at the end of the day. I mean, it was grown like probably weeks and months ago, and then it was shipped across the country and it was put in the Acme and whatever it may be. So it's just interesting learning about all that stuff. But yeah, man, I've been honing in my diet a little bit, a lot more natural foods, a little bit more calories around the natural foods, so I can start really uptaking, get ready to turn up on the endurance sports. You know, I'm gonna start swimming. I think swimming is probably gonna help my groin as well. Maybe a little bit of rehab, a lot less tension on the muscles, on the joints, a lot less pressure, a lot less pounding on my bones and on my joints, on my muscles. So swimming and water exercises are really big. UFC fighter, I don't think he fights anymore, but and hopefully he comes back. But George St. Pierre was a guy that hurt his ACL, and he started doing a lot of aquatic exercises and aquatic like training, just training in the water, doing all of his like strength and conditioning all in the water, because there's a lot less pounding and pressure. It's like you're almost like in like a zero gravity type of thing in water. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fast, and it's really true. Like you really are almost in like you ever see like the running things where you're running on the treadmill and their legs are in like that zero gravity thing? I think it's like a zero. I don't know. I don't think it's zero gravity, but I think it's like I don't know what it is. Yo, I'm not running. I'm running on the street right now. But that looks really cool. So yeah, a lot of water exercises is probably something that I'm gonna have to start implementing into my day, into my routine, into my exercises. But man, we're feeling good. We're feeling healthy. We're feeling strong. Man, can't complain though. Can't complain too much. A little bit of complaining, but feels good. Also, haven't been on social media in like 2-3 days. I don't really go on social media anyways, but sometimes when I go to post a little something on Instagram for the podcast or for the YouTube, sometimes you go off on a tangent, and like 10 minutes later you're like, why am I looking at this random Instagram page? And then you're like, all right, let me delete this. I always delete the application so I never have to just, because like, dude, I'm telling you, social media is just bad. It's just bad. But social media might turn into something like alcohol. Like there's liquor stores everywhere, and people, not everybody's just drunk on their ass. Like Joe Rogan made a really good comment about that, because he talked to somebody that taught at James Madison University. Shout out Sky, JMU, baby. But yeah, he was a professor at JMU, and I believe he was like a religion professor, something like that. And he wrote a book about nature and how humans talk about naturalism and nothing is really natural anymore. But at the same time, everything is natural, because if God made humans and humans made everything in the world, then at the end of the day, everything in the world is somewhat natural, because it was man-made by humans and God made humans. So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's where that conversation went. So it was pretty cool though. It was pretty cool. I don't really know where I was going with that, but what are you gonna do? Yo, I was reading this book. I told y'all I was reading the book Undaunted Courage, all about Lewis and Clark, Meriwether Lewis, Thomas Jefferson, William Clark, the whole entire Louisiana Purchase, and the whole entire expedition across America, basically, to the Missouri River, to then the Columbia River, over the Rocky Mountains, trying to find the Pacific Ocean, passing the Native Americans. It was really fascinating. And I did not know this. And I don't know if you guys knew this. And I mean, we didn't learn this in school. I don't even think we went over Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea in school at all. I think that was just in the Night of Museum, right? When Theodore Roosevelt was trying to bag Sacagawea in the museum. Ben Stiller was letting it go. But yeah, I didn't even know. Meriwether, once they completed the expedition, Meriwether Lewis had a whole bunch of journals. And like the most famous journals, like all these books are based off the journals, right? And Thomas Jefferson actually basically schooled Meriwether Lewis for like 3 years prior to the expedition. So basically, and also he sent him out to Philadelphia and all these different really, really smart people it was basically 1800. And yeah, Thomas Jefferson really took Meriwether Lewis under his wing and kind of taught him a lot of stuff, like really like almost like a scholarly taught him, like for 3 years, made him botany and all this different anthropology. And it was really interesting. So once Meriwether Lewis and William Clark completed the expedition and they came back to down the Missouri and past St. Louis and into Philadelphia and stuff, and they started coming to Philly and DC, actually Thomas Jefferson appointed Meriwether Lewis as the governor of, I believe, the part of Louisiana, like the St. Louis part of Louisiana. He was the governor. And this was when Meriwether Lewis they were trying to get all the compensation. They were trying to get paid by the government for what they did. They were out at basically sea for not sea, but river, exploring the world for 2.5, almost 3 years. And they basically all got land and they got a little bit of money and stuff like that. So Lewis, Meriwether Lewis had the journals. He had the journals, a lot, big, thick journals with a whole bunch of scientific, new science, new animals, new plants, all this different stuff. It was really crazy. It was really cool. And obviously he explained what he saw, the Native Americans, all the mountain ranges, the water passages, the maps, everything. Everything that was there was all in the journals. And he became governor, so he had all this different stuff to do. And they also partied a lot. When they got back, everybody was like, oh, Lewis and Clark. So they threw hella parties and stuff. Hella people were throwing parties for him. And long story short, Meriwether Lewis was struggling. Alcoholism was a huge thing back then. Everybody was basically an alcoholic. And whiskey was huge. Whiskey was everything. That's like one of the biggest things that the Native Americans wanted, was like, they're like, the white men were coming to their land and they would talk and stuff. It's like, you got whiskey though, bro? They always wanted their whiskey. But yeah, man, whiskey was big. Everybody was an alcoholic. So Lewis and Thomas Jefferson knew Meriwether Lewis's father, right? So his father suffered from, they said mitochondria. I think it was that, but I might be messing up the word. But basically depression. I don't even know what mitochondria, I'm screwing the word up. I'm having another brain fart. Damn it. Brain fart. Nah, but he apparently Lewis's father suffered from a little bit of like depression and falling into depression states, and I guess that was in his genetics. And obviously alcohol did not help. And Meriwether Lewis did the same thing. And there was a point in the expedition where Lewis didn't take any notes for a few months. And it was probably because he was in a depression. That was like the most reasonable guesstimation, that he was probably depressed and going through a little bit of a depression episode. And yeah, once he came back, there was so much pressure on him to be the governor and also get the books published. It took him like 2-3 years, and he still never published the books. After I think it was like 2 or 3 years, he was going on the journey to get to Philadelphia and DC to start publishing the books. And I guess he was dealing with like alcoholism. And dude, one night he shot himself in the head, and he missed. I think he missed his brain, and he shot himself in the chest, and he died. Fucking Meriwether Lewis committed suicide. He shot himself, man, twice before anything got published. So then I guess they brought the books. Oh no, Thomas Jefferson and William Clark hired this really smart guy to publish the books. And it took a while, but they finally got the books published, and it was pretty crazy. And it sounded like for the first 40 to like 50, even almost 100 years, that like the journals and the books and the whole like Lewis and Clark expedition didn't really get as much respect as like Thomas Jefferson maybe thought they were going to, and even Lewis and Clark maybe expected they were going to. Like I said, when they landed back in the East Coast, everybody was throwing parties and balls and festivals for them. So they were a pretty big spectacle, but they thought they were going to be like world renowned explorers, which they are kind of now. But at the time, it was really the journals. It sounded like it was really like the waiting of publishing the journals. Like he probably should have came back and started working and spent a whole year just publishing the journals. And the next thing you know, they would be alive, relishing in the journal success. But he didn't. He ended up being an alcoholic. He was also a governor, a governor of a new country, basically a new area, new land, the whole St. Louis, Louisiana side. And yeah, it was really interesting. It was really interesting. Fascinating book. But yeah, I had no idea that Lewis and Clark, my boy Meriwether Lewis, shot himself in the head, man. Shot himself in the head. Pretty crazy. Pretty insane. Shot himself in the head. I don't think he died from it. I think he died from he shot himself in the chest afterwards. I don't know how he didn't die from shooting. I think he missed. He like skimmed his skull. So he must have been like shot from a distance and it missed. Like a freaking moron. But yeah, what are you going to do? Yo, you know what's crazy though? That boy Patty Mahomes got paid. I mean, dude, people are saying there's not all right, what do you get? I think he got a 10-year extension. Was it $450 million? $450 million, I believe it was. 400 and something million dollars. It's always iffy. No one really knows what they really got paid. Let's be real. But I'm sure he got a fat signing bonus, but I don't think he got too much. Like a lot of the guys, they get the guaranteed money. Like if someone signs to like 100, that's actually a lot, dude. 450 mil, that's actually a lot. I don't think anybody ever signed a contract in football that big. Like those are like the what's his face get? Didn't Mike Trout get like 10 years, $300 million? So I mean, Pat got an extra 150 mil. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy money, bro. Dude, honestly, bro, he signed a $500 million contract, dude. I'm just thinking about that right now. That's so much money. Patrick Mahomes got paid $400 million right now, dude. But obviously he didn't get paid that right off the bat. I don't know how much the guaranteed was, but I don't even know if the guaranteed was 100 mil. I would have to check. I didn't check. That's a neck for me talking about this and didn't even check. But I know some people are saying that it's a little iffy contract because I don't think he got the most amount guaranteed. But at the same time, I don't think the Chiefs have enough money to guarantee Patrick. It's like, yeah, man, here's this $400 million. We're going to guarantee you $200 million. Like, that's a lot of fucking money. I don't know if they have that money, especially with this coronavirus. Like, dude, I don't know if they're going to play this season. Like I said, drop in the comments. Let me know. Do you think football's going to happen right now? I don't know, dude. I live in New Jersey. Gyms are still shut down. The biggest college in our state just told all the kids that go there that they're not going to go there, that they're not going to be inside classrooms for fall semester. Everything's going to be online. And I don't think they're going to get any tuition back or any less tuition, which is insane, bro. It's so criminal, yo. It's so I've talked about it before. It's criminal. Like, what are you going to do? Like, this coronavirus this is a really interesting time right now. It's a really interesting time. The only thing, though, is like, I see so many unhealthy people all the time. I'm like, well, he doesn't have corona. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I look at someone super unhealthy. I'm like, well, he's not dying from corona and he's working every day. So it's like, it's interesting, man. It's really interesting what's going on. And also you got to take into consideration a lot of the corona marked deaths aren't really deaths from corona. Maybe they did have corona, maybe they didn't. But a lot of these deaths are because the hospitals needed federal funding. So they marked some of these people's deaths as corona. Or if they got in a car accident and then they tested positive for corona, oh yeah, he died from corona. Well, no, he didn't. He tested positive for corona, maybe had zero symptoms, got in a car accident, died, and now it's a corona death, and now we're putting on the news that someone died from corona. So it's really like it's a fault in the system. And like I said, at the end of the day, the media is to blame for all of this. Yeah, it's really a scary time, dude. It's really a scary time. People like CNN, Fox News, these fucking places, man. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. I'm hoping this is just like, I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm hoping this might just be a speed bump in the system, as in like Obama's presidency, the tail end of his presidency, he got caught with the technology wave, right? The technology wave was catching up to Obama. Excuse me. Luckily, maybe not luckily, Dick Cheney and George Bush got out of office before technology could catch up to them or find out what the hell they were doing. But technology caught up to Obama, Hillary Clinton, and yeah, there's some criminals. But and then Trump. I mean, Trump just doesn't give a fuck. Trump literally doesn't, like, it's so hard. Like, you want to throw mud at someone, but you can't throw mud at Trump because he's made of shit. Nothing sticks. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But yeah, I think I just don't know. I don't think the way media is trying to explain what's going on there. I mean, dude, I'll be honest. The media and the politicians are trying to divide the country. They're trying to divide me from you, the listener, just because, I don't know, man. I don't know, because they want our vote, I guess. They want our vote, and then they want our tax dollar, and then they want us to work for these organizations that are funding them to then get our vote. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really heartbreaking to see this stuff. And the really heartbreaking thing is that people can't see it from this point of view. They can't see it from this perspective. They see it as Donald Trump's a fucking racist. Oh, like see, I'm wearing Under Armour with a little bit of camo, right? You're wearing a little bit of camo. you're probably a rapist. You probably like Trump. Like people are so beside themselves. People are so beside themselves. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. Obviously, I'm young, so it's not like, maybe not. I don't know. I can't compare too much. I can't act like I've seen so much, because I haven't. But it's just really interesting that people are not willing. Like people post things on Instagram and they're not willing to look up the full story. They're not willing to look up the full story. Apparently, like a lot of people talk about the Breonna Taylor story, and I looked up that the Breonna Taylor. Everyone was saying that Breonna Taylor was an EMT, right? Nice for her, good for her, and that the cops entered the wrong house and started shooting because the owner of that house started shooting at the cops. Meanwhile, the cops had to shoot back because they thought they went in the right house. And then they're doing so basically the way the media and social media, especially social media, all these posts and Instagram posts and Twitter posts, it sounded like Breonna Taylor was the cops entered the wrong house and just shot up this girl and tried to put it under the cover. But I don't think that's the case at all when Breonna Taylor's address was on the warrant because apparently she was probably selling drugs out of the house, okay? And then it was a no-knock warrant. So you know how hard it is to get a no-knock warrant? You have to convince the judge. You have to convince the judge that this person is doing something that we are able to break into their house, arrest them, and we don't even have to warn them that we're there. We don't even have to warn them that we're there. I don't know if I agree with a no-knock warrant. I feel like, stuff like this happens, like when someone really might think they're breaking into a house. But apparently the cops did say that they did knock and they did say that the cops were here. So it's really interesting, So if she was selling drugs out of the house and her boyfriend were maybe selling drugs or something out of the house, doing something out of the house, the fact that they got a warrant and their address was on the warrant. Their address was on the warrant. It wasn't like they broke into a wrong house. Like that's such and that's what you were made to believe. Like that's what media and the social media and these mass medias are posting. They're literally posting that when that's not even the case. So it's like, wow. Whoa, like how is this happening? Like how is this happening? Like it's crazy. I don't want to talk about it too much because it really does change your point. It doesn't change your point of view, but it changes your perception of your day. Like it changes your attitude of the whole entire day. People arguing with people on Twitter. I can only imagine how they feel inside. Like I can only imagine how they feel arguing with another human being about something so wild, and people have the most absurd point of views. People are crazy, man. This is really what's showing it. People are crazy. That's what Jordan Peterson talks about. Like we have the Hitler gene. Hitler was just a human, bro. Like Stalin, he was just a human, bro. Like they were just people. They were just regular people, dude. Obviously, Hitler might have had like a bad childhood or whatever it may be. Maybe he was a psychopath. Maybe he wasn't. But at the same time, like they're just humans. They're just human beings, just like me, just like you. That gene, that devilish gene, that dictatorship gene, that shit's in us, bro. That shit is really in us. And that's what kind of scares me. Is all these politicians, they're just trying to be the biggest, baddest order. We need to start going back and really holding down those checks and balances. We need to really hold these politicians and congressmen and Senate accountable. Mitch McConnell's probably been in his job for 100 years. 100 years. The guy looks like a freaking wizard. The guy looks like he's been around he's a time traveler. There's a conspiracy. So this is like the flat earth. There's a conspiracy that Donald Trump and his son Bear. My dad's been telling me this as a joke, but that Donald Trump and his son Barron Trump are apparently time travelers. I'm just like, Dad, shut the hell up, yo. There's no need. There's no time for this, bro. We got to figure out what's really going on. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, Patty Mahomes got paid, bro, $500 million to play some football. That's crazy, man. Like I said, though, I don't think they're playing this year. That'd be crazy if they don't play at all, right? They don't play at all. And that's the thing, though. Like these sports, they're testing these people. They're testing positive, and then they're quarantining. But, dude, you have no symptoms. Why are we walking around like we're sick, like we have no symptoms? It's right? Like, it's interesting. Like, people are sick all the time for thousands of years. Oh, you got a cold, man? Back away, man. Just stay away. Maybe don't come to school today. You feel like a little nauseous? Go home, man. You're good. You don't got to come to school. Stuff like that. Like, we can't shut down the world for this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and I'm not going to test myself. Like, I won't I feel good. I'm healthy. I'm not sick. Why do I need to test myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I tested positive for corona. I don't need to know. I'm good. I feel good. I feel healthy. If I feel sick, maybe I should take a test and maybe I'll go quarantine and try to stay healthy. But I'm not sick. Why do I need to act like I'm sick? Why do I need to wear a mask and walk around like I'm not sick? Oh, well, you don't know. It's asymptomatic. Like, this shit is fucking fake news, bro. And it came from the Wuhan lab. You should really watch the podcast with Brett Weinstein, who is a biologist with Joe Rogan. And he breaks down the components of the virus, which really shows how it is hard to, for him, it's hard to believe that it is a natural virus. There's too many components inside the virus that shows that it's almost man tweaked or science tweaked. So hearing his perspective about the virus, and no media is covering it. No media is trying to go after maybe China's virology. I don't even know. Viral freaking laboratory. And like, no one's talking. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. Like, how does a virus randomly, like, it takes hundreds and thousands of years for viruses to mutate and adapt and then move from the bat into the human form. And it's too contagious. It came too quickly. It's fake news. Nah, it's crazy though. It's crazy. It's not all fake news, but I just like the word fake news. But no one's talking about it, man. It's really sad. But at the same time, like, we're testing these athletes. These athletes sometimes are testing positive. They're not sick. They're superior athletes. They're almost like superior humans. And they're not sick. They don't feel anything. They have zero symptoms. We have zero symptoms, but we're testing positive for something. Dude, like, I'm just not testing, bro. Like, I don't need to test myself. Like, I don't. And then the vaccine? A vaccine? Get the fuck out. Like, they're going to try to make a vaccine, and then they're going to try to have everybody take the vaccine. Like, like, I'm not a vaccine guy that's like, oh, vaccines are what did they say? Vaccines like create autism. Like, I'm not on that boat. I don't know where I stand with that. I feel like vaccines, probably like the polio vaccine. Obviously, people don't have polio anymore. Chicken pox, stuff like that. Like measles. Is measles like a vaccine? Mumps, stuff like that. But the coronavirus vaccine, I don't know. Like, if they come up with a vaccine, let's say in 6 months, let's say January, let's say like March, April, or May of next 2021, like right when the virus, right around like now when the virus is like still here, just kind of came out and shit, they finally create a vaccine and they're like, yeah, we got a vaccine. Everybody's going to stay good. We're not going to get the coronavirus. You got to go and get the vaccine. Are you getting the vaccine? Did you get sick from the coronavirus? Right? And then are you going to get the vaccine? Like, I've gotten the flu. I'm not getting the flu vaccine again. I don't need the flu vaccine. I don't need that shit. Fuck that. I got the flu. I fought the flu. Got the vaccine. Sometimes you get it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get the vaccine and then it doesn't even protect you from the flu. You know, it doesn't even protect you. What we really need to do, like I said a bajillion times, we need to start promoting health, exercise, healthy foods. We need to get rid of the standard American diet because that's killing us. That shit is killing us. And then we got to pay so much money to our healthcare companies. And in the long run, we're paying more probably in health and wellness than we are in taking care of our health and wellness, you know, preventing our health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? We're not spending time and energy and money on that. We're spending time and money once something breaks. Fuck, something broke. Now I got to fix it. Well, hold on. Let's not try to have something break. Let's go from there. Let's not deal with injuries and illnesses and stuff. And that's just not the media. That's just not the narrative that's being played and being promoted. So it's sad. What are you going to do, man? I don't know. But yeah, like, But like I said, I feel like I'm looking at it kind of rationally. I don't want to toot my own horn and shit. It's annoying. I feel you. But I'm trying to look at it rationally. Like, I don't know anybody that got sick. I knew one person that apparently went to the hospital because he got corona, but it's also flu season. So, and people go to people get sick and go to the hospital. And also, if you sit there, watch the news all day, coronavirus is coming for you. You're going to sit there and be like, holy fuck. Like, do I have the chills right now? Like, I got to take my temperature. Like that, it plays with your mind. It plays with your mind, bro. Like when coronavirus first came out, how many times did you really think like, I don't know, I think I got some chills right now, right? Like that the placebo effect I talk about I think it's really powerful. I really do. And the media controls the masses. So it's just people aren't really looking at this rationally. Like we have zero symptoms. Oh, you have no symptoms, but you're asymptomatic and you got to go quarantine for 14 days. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's insane. It's baffling to me. It's baffling to me. It's really baffling to me. I just don't get it. I don't get it. The mall finally opened up. Thank gosh. Thank goodness. The mall's opening up. Oh, but you know it's been open? Hold on. Let's talk about this. Let's pull it up. Where's the horn? So essential businesses has been open the whole time. What's that? What's essential? Wendy's, McDonald's, fucking Taco Bell. Taco Bell is essential business. Dunkin' Donuts, like that's crazy. Like that's killing you. That shit will kill you quicker than the coronavirus. Like I can't wrap my head. I don't understand. If we're gonna open those businesses that scientifically proven kill you, those food and what they produce in those businesses, they kill you. They are killing you, and they are essential businesses, and they're allowed to be open. That's fucking criminal. That's criminal. That's insane. I cannot wrap my head around it. We all know how unhealthy McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, all this shit is. Oh, well, it's food. It's got to stay open. What? Like, I can't. Donuts and coffee is essential business? Bruh. Like, come on, man. Come on. And the liquor stores, too. You know why they couldn't close the liquor stores? Because there's probably going to be more deaths and more hospitalization because of people withdrawing from alcohol, because there's so many fucking alcoholics in this world. It's sad, man. It's really sad. And this is the energy that these conversations bring. A little bit of a tension, a little bit of I don't know if animosity is the right word, but a little bit of anger, a little bit of some real raw emotion. Like, this is how I feel. Like, I don't understand. We're shutting down the world. We're shutting down the economy. These college kids are not going to go to college next year. They're going to sit home and do everything from online. I don't agree. I do not agree. I do not agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I follow my gym on Instagram. And they're like, they posted something about like, you got to write a petition to try to get the gyms open. And I seen a girl comment like, I don't think it's safe for the gyms to be open right now. What are we going to do then? Just sit in our fucking house and wait to die? Like, it's crazy. Like, you have to live your life. You have to go and live your life. You cannot be scared of a virus. And especially the statistics have proven, thankfully, it's not the bubonic plague where we thought we were all going to get a virus and our heads were going to explode and we were just going to die and the world was going to end. Thank goodness that is not the coronavirus, and that is not what we have to deal with. Okay? But we cannot shut down the economy. And if we get hit with a second wave because we are opening up the economy, obviously testing is through the roof, and people are going to test positive, be asymptomatic, zero symptoms, and then they're going to have to they're sick and they're tested. Oh, we have another tested positive for coronavirus, COVID-19. Like, that's scary. Like, it's the fear being put in your heads. I'm reading this book right now, The 4 Agreements, and it talks about the fear. And I read like 2-3 pages. I read 2-3 pages this morning I read a little bit more than that, but 2-3 pages like almost exactly explain like what's going on right now in our country with this whole like the fear and the anxiety and the belief of what you believe and having to leave your beliefs and someone convincing you and you're like, what the hell, do I believe that or not? It's really fascinating, dude. It's really but I just find it really, I find it almost heartbreaking to see how many people, even people that are, you talk to them 1v1, they're a cool, rational person. You see them on Instagram posting this craziness. Like, how can you let yourself do that? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, how can you post this, not look anything up? How can you think that, not look how can you believe that, not even read a book about it, not even read anything about this, not even look up the facts behind that? It's just ignorance. It's really just ignorance and laziness, and that's what humans are. And that's just, it's the cycle. It's inevitable. It's evolution. Man, it's crazy. At the end of the day, we are in the simulation theory, right? We're in a simulation. So that's what I truly believe. I think we're in a simulation. So either we figure it out, like, all right, this is why humans were put here. Oh, this is who God is. And we literally like figure this shit out. Like we create robots and we're like, we figure it out. We start living other lands. And then maybe I don't know. I don't know what would happen. Maybe the simulation from that. I'm brainstorming on the spot right now. So if we create the utopia that we want to live in, even though a utopia is really not real, because we are humans and humans are no such thing as a utopia. They are probably the opposite of utopia. They are full hell. They are hell on earth. But we either figure it all out and then we go to another planet and we just fully restart. We fully restart and we just like, let's see if they can do some shit. And then we see them and they're like, oh man, we're the only people in this solar system. Meanwhile, we're looking at them like, haha, we put you there, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're the god. Or like that could be an option. Or we create robots and they kill us all. That could happen. And then they restart things. That could happen. That could truly happen. Or this is really plausible. I think this is really freaking plausible. We just basically go to war with all of it, go to nuclear war and we just blow each other up and the whole world blows up and then restarts. And then it just keeps doing that for millions and millions of years. Yo, isn't that fucking crazy though? Like that could be true, bro. We could just figure that we get to like 2050, 2061, maybe 3011. It's 3011 turning up, baby. It's the new year. What? China did what? We got to blow each other. And then they just go, boom, 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 boom. Nuclear warfare in like a few hundred years. Maybe. And then they just completely blow each other up. Or maybe we have crazy like space wars and shit. Or maybe we get attacked by aliens. Dude, I don't know. But the simulation theory is definitely plausible. It's definitely plausible. But I was watching these crazy videos. I was actually watching a few this morning too. So I was watching some videos on how to deal with bears and maybe mountain lions in the wilderness if you are hiking, camping, backpacking. It is something that I probably should learn. Mountain lions is something, dude, I don't ever want to see a mountain lion. Oh, I don't ever want to see a bear either. But these are good learning and instructional videos that like you kind of got to learn. I knew some of the basics, like if a bear is coming, you don't run away, you don't curl up in a ball, you kind of act big, you almost try to get large with him, keep your backpack on. What's up, play? You stand your ground. Definitely don't run away. Because that'd be exciting the bear. But and then if you're getting mauled, you do have to curl up in a ball and then protect your head and your neck so the bear doesn't scratch the back of your head and rip your face off and shit. Oh, that'd be terrible. But and bear spray. I feel like bear spray. Dude, bear spray is not stopping any bear, bro. Holy shit! We got $1,000. We got 1,000-pound grizzly bear. Bite the pin. Like a fire. The bear just comes and fucking mauls you. Like, dude, you need a strap. Grizzly bears. Black bears, you should get away with black bears not usually attacking you. Knock on wood. Hopefully they never attack me. But grizzly bears, you low-key need the strap on you, in my opinion. I would rather have a gun on me than some freaking freaking pepper bear spray. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, I was watching a whole bunch of videos of guys like actually like hiking and encountering bears, and like you could feel like the tension. Oh my, you could feel like the anxiety through the video where the guy, you hear his voice and you hear his blood. Oh my God, you hear his heart rate just bumping, and you're like, oh my God, oh bear, get over here, bear, get over there, bear, get away. And there's this one video, bro, I almost fell out of my chair. This guy was walking on a trail, bro, and this is the worst one you want, bro. A fucking at least 600 to 800 pound grizzly bear is on the trail with 2 of her cubs. Dude, and the guy's on video. And he's just backing up. Like walking slowly. And he has it all on video. He's like, hey, bear, back up. Come on, bear, get back there. Don't come at me. Come on, bear. Just trying to, and they're not listening. The bear and the cubs are just slowly walking towards him. And he's just slowly backpedaling, walking straight backwards. And the guy said, he's like, I don't want, the worst thing that could happen right now was for me to lose my balance in my feet and me to like slip or trip on something. Cause that would like trip real quick. And then the bear's like, ah, and oh my God, bro. Dude, he would have died. And eventually, like, yeah, the bear just kind of stayed on the trail and just went away. Oh my God, bro. My heart sank into my stomach, dude. I was like, I'm watching this like, dude, this guy might die right now. It was crazy. It was so crazy. And then there was another video. Another video was great too. It was this video of these guys were going for a run. I think they were going for like a little run or a jog on a trail. And they ran into like a black bear. And black bears usually you can get away with being like, like screaming at the black bear, like, get out of here, bear, making noise. And the bear's like, oh my God, what the hell? And he runs away. Usually black bears are nowhere near as violent or big or as ferocious as grizzly bears. But so this guy was going for like a little jog. I think it was with his dad. He's going for like a little jog. And then like a black bear kind of comes in their way and like starts like looking at them, moving along and stuff. And then the black bear, like, it's hard to explain. The black bear wasn't like running at them, but he was like kind of like skipping along, like back and forth. Like they were kind of like slowly walking backwards, right? Walking backward like the other guy was doing. And then the bear was just kind of like looking at them, like running this side, running to this side, like standing up, looking at him. And then, oh my God, it was terrifying. It was terrifying. And then the bear, like, I don't know if the guys did the right thing, because the bear like kind of ran into the woods, and the guy and the father just low-key, they booked the fuck out the woods. They started running. They waited till the bear kind of left a little bit, and then they got out of view and started running. But oh my God, oh man. And then when they got in their car, they were holding big rocks in their hand. I guess if the bear came and they had to smash it in the head, but still, bro, a bear's coming with claws probably like this big, swiping at you like, dude, that little rock. Oh my God, you better hope that shit lands right on his dome piece and knocks him out. But and then this had to be, the grizzly bear one was super scary, and then this grizzly bear one was scary too, bro. So the only thing with this grizzly bear story was in video, it wasn't as big as the first video where the guy like was walking and then the grizzly bear's on the trail with the 2 cubs and then starts like following him. That grizzly bear was big as shit. He was pretty big, like not quite 1,000 to 1,200 pounds, maybe not 10 feet, 11 feet, but he was probably like 6, 7 feet, maybe 8 feet, probably 6, 7, 800 pounds. Huge monster, huge mammal. And yeah, so then there's another video of this like Norwegian guy. I think his name on YouTube is like Norwegian hiker or something like that. But he pulled up on a brown bear, small little grizz, and the brown bear's looking at him, and like the guy's like, hey, come on, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And then the brown bear starts looking at him, like moving around, and then like gets up and bluff charges once. I'm like, oh shit, oh my God, bro, he's bluff charging right now, bro. He might get this thing moving. And then the guy is The guy is like, hey, come on, no, don't do that. He's like still kind of like, he's still calm. The guy's still calm. Respect, much respect. The guy's very calm, and he's like, come on, bear, get out of here. He's with another guy, I believe, maybe two other hikers. And then the bear gets even closer and then bluff charges even harder. Like he gets up and like, he like hikes at him and like steps back. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like this guy is about to get mauled. And then like, the guy's like, yeah, we got to get loud as shit. He's like, whoa, let's go, bear. Whoa. He starts screaming, and the bear's like, what the fuck? And he starts running away. Yo, I was petrified though, because that bear really bluff charged. Like the first video, I think the guy was, dude, both videos were insane, bro. Insane. I would not want to be in that position, in that predicament. My goodness. My goodness gracious. I would not want to be there. But guys, I am dumb hype. It's Friday. Tomorrow night. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is, baby? UFC 251. Oh my God, dude. We have 3 championship fights. Who's out here texting me? We have 3 championship fights. We have top the main card, the main event. We have Jorge Masvidal, Kamaru Usman. Boy, I don't even have to explain this card. Like this card it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I really hope Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal put in that work. Like, dude, they might say, I know Chael Sonnen posted a video that it might be a boring fight because they might do wrestling, but we got to take into consideration Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington are arguably the best wrestlers and some of the best wrestlers in the UFC. They didn't go for one takedown. They just threw hands the whole time. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Jorge Masvidal is not the same striker as Colby Covington. Jorge Masvidal will put you out of consciousness. So you don't want to take that risk because Colby just kind of throws like those 40% shots and just throws all day. He'll just fight you all day. But Jorge's got power. He will knock you out. So that's going to be a really fun fight. I'm really excited for that. Super excited about that. Then we got the co-main event. The co-main event, I'm trying to think which one was the main event and the co-main event. I think the co-main event is going to be Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski. Another fight that you don't really need to talk about. It speaks for itself. The only thing that I want to say is, man, Volkanovski won the first fight. Max was talking like he didn't really think he lost the first fight too much. And it doesn't sound like Max really was training super hardcore, if you want to be honest. Does Max maybe need to train super hardcore? I don't know. Maybe Max will do better with a little bit less training because he's been training probably his whole entire life at the highest level. And maybe he was the champ for so long, and maybe he needed a little bit of a coronavirus break for him to just go out there and fight the way he wants to fight, just stay in shape, eat healthy, and just fight his fight. Maybe that'll help Max Holloway. But if he didn't work on anything to take away the leg kicks from Alexander Volkanovski, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night because Volk was chopping them legs up. And as much as Max was saying that they didn't hurt and they didn't affect him, they affected him. They affected him very much so. And he lost the fight. And I was a little sad. I'm a big Max Holloway fan. You know, we are on the Blessed Express, baby. True, the Blessed Express is coming through. But at the same time, that actually rhymed. But at the same time, Volkanovski is a dog. I really like him. And he's a good sport. He's a really good sport. Always really good sportsmanship. But that's going to be a dog fight. And then we have Petr Yan, who is a Siberian dude from Siberia, badass, fighting against Jose Aldo at 135 for the 135 title. So that's going to be a really interesting fight. I'm really excited for that one because Jose Aldo was arguably the king at 145 until McGregor took him down. And still, Aldo fought, beat Chad Mendes, fought Max Holloway twice, fought legends throughout the 145 weight class. And now he moved down to 135. So it's going to be interesting seeing Aldo fight at maybe his natural weight. Like he likes to say that 135 is probably more his natural fighting weight, and he was fighting up at 145, which could be true, could be false, who knows? But yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight because they're both strikers, and Jan's got some power though. Jan's got some power like that rushing, that brute power where you look at him, you're like, oh yeah, he could knock somebody out. His hands probably are very firm. So he might start Jose, but Jose Aldo looked really good against Marlon Moraes in the last fight. Even though Marlon Moraes was given a lot of people say they thought Jose Aldo won that fight. I don't think he won that fight. I think Jose Aldo was the pressure, the main person that put the pressure and was controlling the octagon, which is a big part. But at the same time, I would have to look up the stats, but in my opinion, the way I watched that fight, I thought Marlon Moraes landed a little bit cleaner punches and kicks, a little bit harder shots. I think Jose Aldo, did he come back in the third round and look really good in the third round, and possibly if it was a 5-round fight, it would probably be a different story. Maybe Marlon Moraes would not be able to stand up and hang with the old boy Jose Aldo. But at the same time, that's not what happened. And Marlon Moraes ended up winning that fight. And Jose Aldo got the title shot. Jose Aldo got the title shot. And it's going to be interesting. But then 135 is so stacked. 135, you got Aljamain Sterling. I love Aljamain Sterling. Beast right there. Fucking funky master boy. And then you got so many fighters. You have Corey Sandhagen. I mean, I know he just lost, but he's a dog. I'm trying to think. I'm on the spot. Cody Garbrandt. Ooh. Shawnee O'Mal. Ooh. Yo, 135 is stacked, bro. I'm hype. I'm getting hype for this fight. Haha, man. Oh, UFC 251. And then you got Rose Namajunas, Jessica Andrade. Ooh, that's a great fight because Rose was giving her the work the first time around, and then Jessica Andrade picked her up and slammed her on her head and knocked her out and won the fight. So I think she lost the belt from that fight too. And then Jessica Andrade lost to who for the belt? She lost to maybe, I don't know. I don't know who she lost for the fight. It wasn't what's her face. Oh, it was probably Weili Zhang, right? Zhang Weili, the Chinese girl, bro. She's a badass, bro. She's tough, dude. She's a champ. She's a champ. I think she was the one that beat her for the championship. I could be wrong. The women weight classes are confusing because Amanda Nunes is the champ of 2 weight classes, but I only thought there was 3, but I think there's 4 because then you got Valentina Shevchenko. Like, where's she's been? I haven't heard anything about her. I mean, who's gonna beat Valentina Shevchenko? But man, UFC 251 has me falling out of my chair, and I hope you guys really get to enjoy that fight. I hope you guys drop in the comments who you guys taking, who you guys betting on. I know Paige Van Zandt is a plus 750, and the girl she's fighting is a minus 900. So that's the one fight where you could honestly bet and make some money. I think if you want to bet, and you could bet on all the underdogs. I think Jorge Masvidal, Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, all the underdogs. You could easily take those bets and possibly win some money. But guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. I just want to say shout out to you for watching. Thank you so much for listening on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. Guys, please drop a comment, like the video, like it up, share it with a friend. I really appreciate that. And at the end of the day, just thank you so much for watching, support, and listening. And hope you guys stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe. Enjoy the fights, enjoy the weekend, and yeah, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes got paid, baby. God damn, dude. Maybe I should go be a quarterback. But take it easy, guys. Thank you.